Welcome back to Rolly's Wheels. During the recent lockdown, it's been difficult to keep the content rolling for our programs, but now that the lockdown is releasing, we'll be able to do a lot more. I'd like you to come back and subscribe and let me know exactly what you'd like to see, what vehicles you'd like to see as well. But in the meantime, there's going to be a bit more of a selection coming through, so watch this space, and we're going to try and keep it as interesting as we can. This particular video gives you a little bit of background about me and my likes towards vehicles, which is quite useful for you guys and girls out there looking at my videos. So yep, just take a little look at it and let me know what you think. My favorite car is the Jaguar XKR8, particularly the 2010 to the later version of those models. Although I do like the earlier versions, they do look a very nice sleek sports car, and I must say that I have quite a soft spot for all the Jaguars, but that particular range of Jaguar I really do like. The XKR in design, or the XK8 and XKR in design, is very similar to the Aston Martin range of vehicles. Obviously Ian Callum's touch is mirrored between the Aston Martin and the Jaguar XK8, and I really like the shape, muscular, low slung sports look of the vehicle. The inside is well appointed and very comfortable, and although there are versions where you have the walnut dashboard layout, you can have obviously the aluminium touch, which is quite nice, but I probably am a bit old-fashioned from the point of view that I prefer the walnut dashboard, and also the steering wheel having the half wood steering wheel as well. I think it just adds a little bit to the prestigeness of the vehicle. So it's my ambition to get one, and when I do buy one, I would either choose a black metallic if possible, and the portfolio version maybe in the 5-litre V8 supercharged version, and I would like either black, or I would go for a white, or even the metallic red, but I'd probably be looking at the cream leather. So if I had metallic black on the outside, I'd like to complement it with a paler interior to have the cream leather inside. I've owned a string of cars. My very first car, and don't laugh at this, was a Peugeot 504 family estate. It was an estate vehicle which was blue with gold velour seats. I bought off my mum as my first car. I then bought a string of Capris. I had a 2-litre gear, then a 2-litre S, then a 2.8 injection special, which I must admit was a really lovely car with the Recaro half leather seats in it. I moved on to XRs. Then I changed tack a little bit and went towards Vauxhall. I've had the SRIs, and I've also had the Vauxhall Vectra GSI, which was a very nice, quite quick car too. My taste then changed a little bit, which is rather an abstract thing. I got a Rover 820 Vitesse Turbo Sport in black with Recaro seats. Very nice car, you don't see very many on the road these days. I then bought a Lotus XL, and that car was a very nice car to drive. It was bright red, cream leather. It stuck to the road really well, but the weakness, obviously, a lot of people say with Lotus, a lot of trouble, usually serious. I can turn around and say the only thing that really went wrong with mine was the cylinder head gasket, which I think is a common thing for them to go on the flat 4-cylinder engines. But nonetheless, a very nice car. Then I turned my head to Jaguars, and I really since then have not gone back. I love the cars very much. I had a 3.4 Series 3 XJ. Then I bought a 3.2 litre V8 XJ308, and it was a beautiful emerald green. And then now I own an XJR, 2002 XJR, and this to me is a very nice vehicle to drive, very relaxing, and it's, as I've said in one of my other films I've done, it puts a smile on your face. You put your foot down on that accelerator and it always puts a smile on my face. So I can say the car I've got now I really love, and I'm going to be able to keep it for as long as I possibly can, and I know it's going to gain in value over the coming years. I also currently own a 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's the WJ version. It's in metallic grey, dark slate grey, with caramel colour interior, leather interior. I've had the car for 15 years and it's been part of the family. It's been a car that I've got to say, hasn't ever really gone wrong. It's the usual things such as the service, the spark plugs and oil changes and so on have kept the car on the road, and I've just had an MOT done on it, and the only thing that failed was one of my tyres had little cracks in the sidewalls, but the car went through the MOT. It just ran through perfectly. So I've got a healthy respect for Jeeps, and I do really like the SRT8, and that's maybe a vehicle that I might look at sometime in the future. I really like the Jaguar 308. I like the lowness, the sleekness of it. I like the curves, I like the bonnet and the muscle on the bonnet. And the way that the Jaguar's always had that muscle reaching down to the front, it's that pouncing look. I've put a Jaguar Leaper on mine, on my bonnet. You've got to have a Leaper on a Jaguar XJ. That all forms part and parcel of it. And I've got to add though, the Leaper is sprung loaded, so it does conform to road safety. The car itself is quiet, it's smooth, relaxing. I love the amount of leather in it. I love the amount of walnut as well. And there's quite a lot of space too, and the boot still has quite a lot of space. The engine is quiet, it's got a lot of reserve, and it's the supercharged version that I own. And as I've said once before, or maybe many times before, the supercharged 4-litre supercharged engine does put a big smile on my face every time I drive the car. One or two things that have started to happen with my XJR is the headlining, and the headlining's coming away, but I've found a company that actually supply the headlining on a glass fiber backing, so that's my next job, to be able to install a new one. The other thing is the front wings. They had mud flaps fitted on behind the front wheels, and with them actually on this model, they actually drilled through the front wings, which then encourage rust to start. So I have little rust holes in the wings, and I've got 2 new wings ready to be fitted and painted up. So my project coming up for this car is the headlining and the new wings for the car, so watch this space. So thank you all for watching, and remember, please subscribe to my channel, and there will be plenty more coming along.